I'm Steve Jones from SQL Server Central and Redgate Software, and I want to show you, well, how to take some changes in my model and get them to my database. So let me start over here with SQL Compare 16. So I'm going to compare my Redgate Data Modeler source here to my database. Okay, and when I do that, it's going to say everything's the same, which it is. So let's fix that. So here I have the auth provider table. I'm going to add a column. I'm going to say this is just going to be status, and we're going to leave it as an int. We can make it a foreign key somewhere else. Okay. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to add another table here. So I'm going to come to the new table, and I'm going to say this is going to be an organization. Okay. And we'll add some columns. We'll say organization ID, and we'll make that the primary key. And we're going to say organization name. All right. So I'm going to leave that pretty simple here. Let's make this 100. 100 is probably big. But I've added this new thing. I'll probably add, I would need to add, I think, another table here that might link these together. But that's enough changes for now. Right. So I've made these changes. So now let's come back over to SQL Compare and let's refresh our comparison. Okay. And now I've got a difference, right? That new column I added, and I've got a new object here. So if I say deploy, and before I deploy this, let's look at this script. So there's deploy dependencies. I'm just say, okay, shouldn't change anything there though, but no default table we built. That's fine. There's no data in the table anyway. So that's there. If I were to come here and look at that user auth provider, nope, it's this one here. It's got two columns, right? And then there's no organization table. Let's deploy it. It's going to run. Okay. Now it recompared. Everything looks the same. If I come over here and I refresh, now I have an organization table, right? That didn't exist before. And in my user auth provider, I now have a status column. So using SQL Compare, I've been able to deploy my changes from my model without having to save a script file or anything else. It can smooth out my workflow as a architect and data modeler. I'm Steve Jones for SQL Server Central and Redgate Software.